Welcome to the Monopoly Control Your Space or Be Dominated podcast. I am your host, Benjamin Nengwani, and author of the book of which this podcast is about. Today, I want to talk about learning how to keep what you have in life. So sit tight and get monopolized. You see, I think it's easy to get what you want in life, but very difficult to keep it. If you aim for something, you can achieve it. There's nothing you cannot achieve if you put your mind to it. But most people either start late or never start at all. That's why some people don't have what they want in life, while others have everything they want and more in life. What separates them is the ability to aim and commit to something. You see, when you aim for something, you study the position you need to be in order for you to reach or attain what you want. That's why an archer focuses on his stance, because it's not about the distance between you and what you want, but rather where you are and how you have positioned yourself to attain what you want. What you want may seem far-fetched, beyond your reach, and even unattainable. But if you position yourself correctly, whatever you are aiming for, you will hit. No one goes through life without ever attaining not even one thing they wanted. It's impossible, because it's so easy to get what you want. The problem is we lower our standards and then we hit the target. Most of you think big and then get overwhelmed by the commitment that comes with it. And then you lower your standards before you even try. So everything you have right now is a result of you lowering your standards. It's not that you are unable to achieve things in life, but you are achieving things you were willing to settle for. And it's not that you cannot be happy, but rather you are unhappy with yourself because you know what you did. You lowered your position, you lowered your ask, and you lowered yourself. So what is there to be proud of if you did something like that? That's why most of you are unhappy in your lives. You know what you did, but I'm here to tell you that it's not too late for you. You may have questioned your capabilities before you even knew what you were capable of. But that's okay. You can still correct your mistake only if you are willing. I'd rather aim too high and get burnt by the sun than to aim too low and get swallowed by the ground. No dream of mine will be buried with me. No goals of mine will be put aside, and no vision of mine will be forgotten about. Whatever I want it for me. But when I achieve it, everyone close to me wins. That is the way of the monopoly. You set a path for yourself. It's not going to be easy to pave your way, because sometimes you got to move rocks on your path and make a way on the mountain top to come out on the other side. But in the end, you will get where you are going, and those who will follow will know that you paved the way. I know it's not easy to believe in yourself sometimes. We've all let ourselves down at some point in our lives. But that was then and this is now. So who are you now? Are you still the same person who's afraid of whatever you were afraid of then? Or are you a different person who can summon courage whenever you need it? Identify yourself. See yourself as more than what you are today, because tomorrow is another day, or should I say, another opportunity to be better than you were today. So believe in yourself and believe in who you are. There will come a time where you will doubt yourself, your choices, and even where you are going. At that point in life, we usually do things that compromises us. But when that time comes, do not fold. because no one goes through life without ever questioning themselves, without thinking that, did I do the right thing? Am I on the right path? And is this what I really want? We all go through that phase. Some of you more than others, because at the end of the day, you never know what you want until you actually have it. Most of the things we pursue and go after aren't things we really want. But there's only one way to find out if you really want something, and that is to go after it and get it. Only then, when you have it, can you be sure if you truly wanted it. This is why I said before, if you think you truly want something, then aim for it and commit yourself to attaining it. If you cannot do these two things, then you don't really want what you think you want. It's just a fantasy for you. You see, your true feelings about something are either revealed to you when you pursue something or when you have attained it. You either know that you really want something when you can't give up on it, or when you have it and can't take care of it. This is the truth, whether you choose to believe it or not. However, I believe that most things work in a way that you need to have them in order for you to realize if you ever needed them. The reason for me to say this is because sometimes you might not lack the energy to pursue something, but rather the energy to keep it. That's why people got regrets, because they went after things in life, and those things turned out to be something they didn't really want. I've seen people quit their jobs and regretted it after. Break up with someone and regret it later. Either way, they had to do those things in order to know if it was something they actually wanted. So were they foolish to do so? No. In life, you have to go after what you want, because it's easier to live knowing you got what you wanted, but it wasn't exactly what you thought it would be, rather than living under the speculation that if I had done this, maybe I wouldn't be where I am. That type of regret would destroy you because there's nothing to learn from it. Think about it. I mean, if you were married and it didn't work out because you were unfaithful and not committed, you are able to learn something from your mistakes. But if you dreamt about getting married, but you never got to commit, what is there to learn from? You will only torture yourself thinking about the possibilities and what could have been. So save yourself from that type of mental torture and embark on a journey of self-discovery, a journey of setting goals and going after them. Don't let death find you when you are not ready, because you have not done the things you had set out for yourself in life. Instead, let death find you tired because you have been achieving goals after another, and you got nothing to give anymore or want anymore. It's possible to reach a state where there's nothing you long for anymore because you already have what you want. So go after what you want. Don't wait for things to settle down, because things might not settle down. Life might not get better, which means that all you got is now to start pursuing what you want, to start making things happen, to start building a future for yourself. There is no such thing as perfect timing. Your time is now, and it's as perfect as it will ever be. As long as you can see it, aim for it, and commit yourself to doing whatever it takes to get it, then your timing is good. Don't question it any further, because you will only end up doubting yourself. The best way not to doubt yourself is to have faith, to believe in the unseen, and be confident in yourself. This is life. You are going to go through challenges and difficulties, but your ability to prioritize things will determine how far you will get in life. And you got to learn how to prioritize what you want when you want it, whether your life is upside down or not. Waiting is for the foolish, because you don't know how long you got in life. As much as it is said, good things come to those who wait, better things come to those who chase after what they want. It's that simple. The question is, what do you want? And what are you willing to do to get what you want? And don't ever forget your answer when you have it, because that will keep you fighting to keep what you've attained. There's nothing more important than the skill to manage what you have. If you want to multiply something, you first have to learn to manage it. And that is where the greatest challenge lies. Because even though you know that you love what you have, there will come a time where you will forget how it felt to love something. And in that moment of weakness, it's easy to abuse what you have, thinking that you won't lose it or you can have it again. But how can you be so sure about it? Surely you can find something similar again, but it will never be the same as what you had before. So remember this when you start failing to take care of things you have in life. Remember my words. Feelings aren't always reliable because they change or fade away over time. If you needed what you have at one time and you think you don't need it anymore, think again. Don't be so hasty to move on and let go of things you once held dear to you. I know there are some things you have to let go at some point in your life, but there are also other things you are meant to have for the rest of your life. And it is your duty to determine what those things are. For instance, every man and woman needs a family, whether he or she believes it or not. People whom you can share love and laughter with. People whom can take care of you when you cannot take care of yourself. People whom you can always depend on and provide for. But some of you don't see it that way, and yet you wonder why your lives seem meaningless and empty. There are things you cannot give up on in life. If you had given up on family, make amends and get your family back. If you had given up on God, repent and save your Lord again. Because through His image, we find out who we are and what we are meant to do with our lives. So I hope my message is getting through to you. In most cases, things worth having in life are usually the hardest to keep. So don't give up on your family and don't give up on God. Toughness is what separates winners and losers. So are you a winner or a loser? Until the next episode, listen to this podcast at least 10 times. Let it sink in. Take what you need and start applying it. If not now, then when?